Attention passionate Baltimore Ravens fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Baltimore Ravens' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Baltimore Ravens fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRIENDS, and Baltimore RAVNS fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. What we're about to discuss here is potentially one of the most significant moves in the AFC this season, and it revolves around the New York Jets and their ongoing rebuild plans. Rumors, yes, rumors circulating from Diana Rossini and other insiders suggest that the Jets are seriously considering a high-stakes trade involving Quinnen Williams. And let me tell you, this isn't just a typical rumor. We're talking about a move that could reshape the entire landscape of the AFC North and send shockwaves across the NFL. So, what do these rumors say? Well, according to the information from Rossini, the Jets, who currently sit at a 3-5 record and are struggling on defense, especially along their defensive line, are looking to shake things up. Their defensive line has been overburdened, giving up approximately 27 points per game, which is quite high, and they're also dealing with injuries and performance issues. The idea is that they're prepared to trade Quinnen Williams, who's been a cornerstone of their defense, in exchange for 2 first-round picks, specifically in the 2026 and 2027 drafts. That's a massive price, but it shows how highly the Jets value this move as part of their rebuild. Now, why would the Jets do this? Well, first, they're trying to free up cap space, around $19 million, so they can better invest in their offensive weapons, particularly wide receivers, which has been a weak spot for them. They're also looking to rebuild the trenches, especially on the offensive line, which has been allowing about 3.9 sacks per game. The Jets' front office has made it clear that they're prioritizing future draft picks, especially to bolster their offensive line and protect their quarterback, Aaron Rodgers, who's been showing signs of regression with a QBR of 81.7 this season. They're not exactly contenders right now, sitting at 3-5, and the odds of making a deep playoff push seem slim, especially with Rodgers' current form and the team's overall struggles. So let's shift gears and talk about Quinnen Williams himself, because this is the player at the center of all this. Williams, a dominant interior defensive lineman, has been nothing short of spectacular when healthy. He's accumulated 48 career sacks and 112 tackles for loss, which are elite numbers for a player just in his mid-20s. His PFF run defense grade is a staggering 93.4, and in 2025 up to September 15th, he's already recorded 7 sacks, 16 pressures, and has been double-teamed about 35% of the time. His EPA per sack is 50, showing how impactful he is on every play. Williams is a multiple-time All-Pro, and many compare him to some of the best defensive tackles in the league, evoking Aaron Donald's power and presence inside. He's been limited to just 5 games this season due to a minor knee injury, but even with that, his impact is undeniable. His ability to disrupt the offensive line, clog lanes, and pressure the quarterback makes him a highly coveted asset. His tackle efficiency is at an impressive 90%, and he boasts a PFF grade of 91. 8 against double teams, numbers that surpass many other interior linemen, including players like Michael Pierce. His presence on the field can transform a defense, turning a middling unit into a top-tier force. The New York Jets, with odds of plus 15-0 to win the Super Bowl, are clearly not in a position of strength right now. Their offense, except for some flashes from Rodgers, has been inconsistent, and their defense has struggled to contain opponents. Rodgers himself, although still experienced, has shown signs of decline, and with a QBR of 81.7, he's not the same quarterback who led the Jets to the playoffs last season. The Jets are paying a hefty price in terms of draft capital, but they're betting on the idea that acquiring Williams now and hitting the reset button might give them a shot at a quick turnaround. But for the Baltimore Ravens, this potential trade is huge, and it's something to keep a very close eye on. Why? Because if Williams moves to the AFC North, specifically to the Ravens, it would be a game changer. The Ravens are currently sitting at a 2-5 record, and their defense, especially along the defensive line, has been a mix of promising talent and inconsistency. Post-injury, they've been craving a true run-stuffing, game-changing interior presence, someone who can anchor the middle of their 3-4 defense under the guidance of Mike Macdonald. And Quinnen Williams could be exactly that. Imagine him lining up inside next to a player like Calais Campbell or even alongside a younger talent, elevating the entire front seven. His projected impact is enormous. If he joins the Ravens, he could bring about a 10-plus tackle for loss season, increase run stuffing by more than 23%, and significantly reduce the rushing yards allowed per game, which has hovered around 122 yards. With Williams anchoring the middle, the Ravens could see their rush yards allowed drop closer to 97 yards per game, a number that would make them one of the most formidable run defenses in the league. Tactically, his addition would elevate the Ravens' pass rush, especially in twists and stunts designed by defensive coordinator Mike Macdonald. Williams' ability to generate pressures from the interior, rising from 25% to around 33% in certain schemes, would give the Ravens an elite interior pass rusher, similar in impact to what Chris Jones has been doing for the Kansas City Chiefs in recent seasons. His presence would also help in stopping explosive ground plays, which have been a problem for Baltimore, cutting down on big runs and forcing opponents into more predictable passing situations. Statistically, the impact on the Ravens' defense would be profound. We could see a plus 14% increase in EPA per rush, translating into fewer big plays allowed and more consistent defensive stops. This, in turn, would boost the confidence of players like Lamar Jackson, especially in play-action scenarios where a solid run defense can open up more passing opportunities. The Ravens, who already have a solid but sometimes inconsistent defense, could be transformed into a top-3 run-stopping unit, making life much more difficult for divisional rivals like the Steelers and Bengals. Looking ahead to the playoffs, if the Ravens manage to land Williams, odds of advancing increase dramatically. Bookmakers have set the odds for Baltimore at plus 4,500, up from plus 12,000 before the rumors gained traction. That's a huge jump, and it shows how much the addition of a player like Williams could shift perceptions and realities for this team. In the postseason, having a dominant interior lineman can be the difference in close games, especially against teams like the Chiefs, Bills, or Dolphins, where interior pressure can disrupt their high-powered offenses. Now, let's not forget the history here. The Ravens have a legacy of building through the trenches, from legends like Haloti and Ngata to recent stars who have anchored their defense. Williams, if acquired, could be seen as the next in line, a franchise-altering player who can lead the defense in the same way Ngata did during the Ravens' Super Bowl runs. His leadership, combined with his elite production, makes him a perfect fit for Baltimore's identity of tough, physical, and relentless defense. Of course, the trade isn't a simple process. The Jets are reportedly asking for 2 first-round picks, which is a steep price, but one that might be justified given Williams' talent and potential. The Ravens have shown they're willing to spend in free agency and draft capital when it comes to building a championship-caliber team. If they focus their resources wisely, they could make a move that not only addresses their immediate needs, but also sets them up for sustained success in the coming years. And let's talk about the broader AFC picture. The conference is wide open this season, with some teams showing inconsistency and others like the Dolphins and Chiefs looking formidable. But the addition of a player like Williams to the Ravens could shift the balance of power. It would make Baltimore a true contender once again, not just a playoff team. With Lamar Jackson's dual-threat ability and a defense anchored by Williams' interior dominance, the Ravens could become a nightmare for any offense they face. In summary, folks, this potential trade, if it happens, could be one of the most impactful moves of the season. It's about more than just one player. It's about a philosophy, a commitment to winning at the highest level by controlling the trenches. The Ravens are in a unique position to capitalize on this moment, and if they do, it could redefine their franchise for years to come. The AFC North's power dynamics are shifting, and Baltimore is right at the heart of it, ready to seize the moment and aim for another Super Bowl run with a defense that's more ferocious than ever. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Baltimore Ravens news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Baltimore Ravens fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential move? Do you believe the Ravens should go all in and make a bold trade for Quinnen Williams? How would he fit into the current roster, and what kind of impact do you see him having if he joins Baltimore? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Ravens. Remember, this is your team, your passion, and I'll be back very soon with more updates. So stay tuned for the latest Baltimore Ravens news. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Ravens.